Today's topic is analysis and characterization of LTI system using Z transform. Previous class we studied inverse Z transform using different methods. This is another topic, how to analyze the LTI system. LTI means linear time invariant system using Z transform. So any system characterized with h of n. What is h of n? Impulse response. H of n is impulse response. Other one is a difference equation. Difference equation. Okay. Third one is h of z. What is the name of h of z? Transfer function or system function. Transfer function or system function. So this system is LTI. If input is x of n, any system x of n input applied, how do you find output y of n? This y of n nothing but x of n into convolution with h of n. So x of n convolution with h of n will give the output y of n. This is in time domain. What is in z domain? Z transform of this is x of z. Then h of n z transform is h of z. Then what is y of z? In frequency domain, multiplication. So x of z into h of z. H of z to x of z directly multiply, you get the y of z. Inverse of y of z is again y of n. This is in time domain approach. This is in frequency domain approach. Any one of the way we can analyze LTI system. Okay. So if h of z is given, by doing inverse Z transform you will get h of n, or h of n is given, by applying Z transform you get h of z. Difference equation, by applying Z transform you can find h of z. So we can convert one to other. Then this input can be any input. Input can be any arbitrary input. It can be impulse, it can be step, it can be any kind of input. Just by multiplying, then inverse will give output. Or by doing this convolution straight away also you can find y of n. If this input is a step, how do you find the step response? So input to x of z. What is x of z of step? 1 by 1 minus z inverse. So it is h of z. Simply by doing h of z by 1 minus z inverse will give what? Step response. So this is y of z. This inverse is nothing but step response. So if they ask step response, system function by this, you get y of z. Inverse of this will give y of n. So what is the definition of transfer function? It is the ratio of Laplace transform of response by excitation, keeping all initial conditions set to 0. That's what you studied in Laplace transform. The same way here also, ratio of response by excitation, that ratio is called as a system function. There in S domain, in analog signal S domain, digital domain, h of z. So h of z is a frequency domain, h of s is a frequency domain, e power j omega is also frequency domain. Any one, all of them are called as a frequency domain. gain is a time domain. Output by input is the gain. Response, Laplace transform of response by excitation is a transfer function. Transfer function is always in S domain or a frequency domain or Z domain or Fourier transform domain, but normal gain is in time domain. Output by input is a gain. So this is the difference between gain and transfer function. Now let us solve problems. If difference equation is given, how do you get h of z? If h of n is given, how do you get h of z? If input step is applied, how do you find output? So such type of problems, let us practice. So one example, I am taking a difference equation, y of n minus 1 by 2 y of n minus 1 is equal to x of n minus 2 x of n minus 1. Determine transfer function. Determine transfer function and h of n. H of n is nothing but impulse response. So what is given difference equation? To get the transfer function, you have to apply Z transform. So y of z minus 1 by 2 z inverse y of z, using shifting property, z power minus 1 y of z is equal to x of z minus 2 z inverse x of z. So here y of z is common, 1 minus 1 by 2 z inverse. Here x of z is common, 1 minus 2 z inverse. So what we want? Transfer function. So output by input, y of z by x of z. So here 1 minus 2 z inverse divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 z inverse. This is nothing but h of z is nothing but transfer function. Transfer function, or another word, system function. System function. System function, transfer function, absolutely both are same meaning. So h of z is over. Next h of n. How do you get h of n? Inverse of this. So to find inverse, this is nothing but 1 by 1 minus half z inverse minus 2 z inverse by 1 minus 1 by 2 z inverse. So what is inverse of this? H of n. H of n. So what is the inverse of this one? Is nothing but 1 by 2 to the power of n u of n minus 2. This is again 1 by 2 to the power of, here z inverse is there, n minus 1 u n minus 1. So this is the answer. That's all. So this is the answer. So sequence is compulsory right side sequence only, because input not there. Impulse. This is what impulse response. Now impulse response means impulse is applied at n equal to 0. Before 0 nothing is there. So obviously you get output after n greater than 0. So it is a causal sequence. So by default ROC greater than off. Automatically you understood. Take only right side sequence, because input is applied at n equal to 0. Nothing is applied less than n. Output will come after n only, n greater than 0. So you have to take only right side sequence. If ROC given or not by default, you have to take right side sequence only, because we are finding h of n. That is the point. So let's take another problem. Determine step response of LTI system whose impulse response is impulse response given like this: minus 1 to the power of n u of n plus 2 minus u of n minus 3. So this is what h of n given. Is asking step response of this system. So when h of n is given, immediately go for h of z. Or before you find h of z, h of n, rewrite here: minus 1 to the power of n u of n plus 2. So minus 1 to the power of n plus 2 minus 1 to the power of minus 2. Here plus 2 minus 2 cancel. Then u of n plus 2. Next minus 1 to the power of here n minus 3. So n minus 3. Then minus 1 to the power of plus 3. Then u of n minus 3. Okay. So minus 1 to the power of minus 2. What is this value? Plus 1. So minus 1 to the power of n plus 2 u of n plus 2. So n plus 2, n plus 2. Then minus 1 to the power of 3 is minus plus. Minus 1 to the power of n minus 3 u of n minus 3. Now we can find the h of z easily. Okay. So here a power, first a power n u of n. So it will be 1 by 1 plus z inverse. Here plus 2 na, so z square. Plus here z power minus 3 by 1 plus z inverse. Okay, this is h of z. So h of z is what? Z square. The z power minus 3 by 1 plus z inverse. And what we want is step response. So step response y of z is nothing but h of z by 1 minus z inverse. So what is y of z? Step response. Step response is z square plus z power minus 3 by 1 minus z inverse 1 plus z inverse. So this is y of z. Now inverse of this is nothing but step response. So here multiply with z square, divide with z square. This is z power 4. And this one z power minus 1 by z square minus 1. Z square minus 1. Here z power 4, here z square. So this power is more than this. Now compulsory we have to divide. So how to divide? Normal division. Z square minus 1 z power 4 plus z power minus. So first we will get z square, z power 4 minus z square plus minus, so z square plus z inverse. Then again plus 1 z square minus 1. This is plus minus. So 1 plus z inverse. So what is the final step? Z square plus 1. 1 plus z inverse by z square minus 1. So yz equal to 1 plus z square. Convert into positive. You will get z plus 1 by z into z plus 1 z minus 1. So this will cancel. 1 plus z square plus 1 by z into z minus 1. This is nothing but 1 plus z square. Now if you convert into negative, z power minus 2 by 1 minus z inverse. Or use partial fraction separately, you can also do that. And y of n is equal to delta of n plus delta n plus 2 plus u n minus 2. So u of n is 1 by 1 minus z inverse. So u of n minus 2. Like this you can find. So this y of n is called as step response. Step response. So like this we can. Another problem. Y of n minus 3 by 4, y of n minus 1 plus 1 by 8, y of n minus 2 is equal to x of n. Find h of z, h of n, step response. So these three we have to find. So just fastly I will give the steps. Solutions: y of z 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z power minus 2 equal to x of z. So h of z is nothing but 1 by 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z power minus 2. If you convert into positive, z square by z square minus 3 by 4 z plus 1 by 8. Here positive powers equal. Now you take h z by z. That is nothing but z by, you factorize z minus 1 by 4 into z minus 1 by 2. So you follow this: a by z minus 1 by 4 plus b by z minus 1 by 2. So you know how to find a and b. A equal to minus 1, b equal to 2. Then straight away h of z is minus 1 by 1 minus 1 by 4 z inverse plus 2 by 1 minus 1 by 2 z inverse. From this h of n equal to, so you know how to find inverse, minus 1 by 4 to the power of n u of n plus 2 1 by 2 to the power of n u of n. This is h of z, h of n. Now we want a step response also. So So what is step response? Step response is y of z equal to h of z by 1 minus z inverse. 1 minus z inverse. So that part we will do it again. So y of z equal to 1 by 1 minus z inverse 1 minus 3 by 4 z inverse plus 1 by 8 z power minus 2. This is nothing but z power 3 z minus 1 z minus 1 by 2 z minus 1 by 2. Just similar, just go through the steps, you will understand. Then here powers are equal, so y of z by z, so this will be z square by z minus 1 z minus 1 by 2 z minus 1 by 4, which is equal to a by z minus 1, b by z minus 1 by 2, c by z minus 1 by 4. So you know how to find a, b, c. So a answer is 8 by 3, b is minus 2, c is 1 by 3. Just for time saving, I am giving ready-made answers. So finally you send z that side, you know how to do it. So y of an answer I will give it. 8 by 3 u of n minus 2 1 by to the power of n u of n plus 1 by 3 1 by 4 to the power of n u of n. So it's a straightforward. This is the answer. Next topic, causality. Causality. Causal means there are three words: causal, causal opposite to anti-causal, and the non-causal. So this causality is applied on system. On the system we are talking. On the system. So when I am saying on the system means h of n. H of n. System is always h of n. Signal is x of n. Causal signal. Signal can be input or output, but system is h of n. Causality applied on signal as well as system. So we are discussing on the system. Causal system means h of n equal to 0 for n less than 0. So left side it will not be there. Anti-causal, h of n is equal to 0, n greater than 0. Non-causal, h of n equal to 0, mod n greater than n. Mod n greater than n. So for example, so this is one example of causal. This is causal. Anti-causal, anti-causal. This is one example. This is anti-causal. Non-causal, zero, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. Minus 2, 2 plus 2 values are there, otherwise 0. So this is causal, anti-causal, non-causal. This is the behavior of this causality. So how do you test the causality? Based on h of n. And to know h of n, h of z may be given. If h of z is given, find h of n, decide causality. Or difference equation is given, apply z transform, you will get h of z. From h of z, find h of n, then decide the causality. So they give either h of z or difference equation or h of n decide causality of the system. That is the concept of causality. So we'll go through one small example. H of z given 3 minus 4 z inverse by 1 minus 3.5 z inverse plus 1.5 z power minus 2 mod z greater than 3 and test for causality. So ROC given, H of z given, test for causality. To test causality we have to find H of n. So this H of z can be written as factorized. So 3 minus 4. The detailed part I am not doing. So directly H of z answer I am giving. So here z power minus 2, here z power minus 1. Multiply with z power 2, convert into positive, then that you bring it here, partial fractions. So that part we have done enough number of problems. So just to end answer only I am giving, just to focusing on causality concept. So at the end you get like this, 1 by 1 minus 0.5 z inverse plus 2 by 1 minus 3 z inverse. So what is h of n? Mod z greater than 3 na? So it's a right side sequence. So this answer is 0.5 to the power of n u of n plus 2 3 power n u of n. So both are existing right side, therefore it is a causal. Greater than 3, greater than some value, compulsory causal. Less than some value, compulsory anti-causal. Greater than some value, less than some value, non-causal. A blind rule based on ROC also we can decide causal, anti-causal, non-causal without finding even this. It will give more authentication why it is causal. So both the way you can cross check. Second case, mod z less than 0.5. Second case, mod z less than 0.5. So in that case, what is h of n? When it is less than 0.5 means left side sequence. So that answer is minus 0.5 to the power of n u of minus n minus 1 minus 2 3 power n u of minus n minus 1. So this is definitely anti-causal. Anti-causal. Anti-causal straight away because ROC less than 0.5. So left side sequence means anti-causal. Third one, mod z greater than 0.5 less than 3. So here it is going to be non-causal. So left side and right side. So what is h of n? 0.5 to the power of n u of n minus 2 3 power n u of minus n minus 1. So this is non-causal. Non-causal. Why non-causal? This is left side, this is right side. Why I have taken this is right side, this is left side. Here greater than 0.5, greater than 0.5 right side. Less than 3, it is left side. So both the sides existing, non-causal. Okay. So like this we can solve problem under causality. Next is stability. Stability. The stability concept you will study in detail control system. So basically stability point of view, for any bounded input response should be bounded. Bounded input means amplitude, frequency, phase should be measurable. Output also should be bounded. In the absence of input, output should go towards 0. This is the any stable system behavior. In other way of saying, stability means independent of the input variation, independent of the system parameter variations, output should not be changed. So input can change, system parameters can change, but output should not change. In general, any system, so when we apply input, then output will come now. So input can be x of n, system can be h of z, output can be y of n. This output is disturbed by h of n, also disturbed by x of n. So when system to be stable, input can change. Some noise may occur, input may change. System initial conditions may change, so system parameters may change. Even if input is changing, system parameters are changing, output should not change. Then that system is called as a stable system. So for stability, how do you check? There is a condition sigma. The h of n, the absolute value of h of n equal to minus infinite to plus infinite should be finite. This absolute summation should be finite. Then only system is stable. For a bounded input, you should get a bounded output. Any stable system, the absolute value of impulse response should be finite. This is the condition for stability. Condition for stability, condition for existing Fourier transform, condition for existence of the Fourier transform. That means when Fourier transform is possible, unit circle will be in the ROC. Unit circle will be in ROC. If unit circle is in ROC, Fourier transform exists. If Fourier transform is exist, then bounded impulse response will come. Then that summation will be finite. Automatically system is stable. So that is a thumb rule. So let us solve one problem. How to find the system of Z minus 1 minus 0.4 Z inverse by 1 minus 2.8 Z inverse plus 1.6 Z power minus 2. Find stability and causality if ROC is three cases. First case, mod Z greater than 2. Second case, mod Z less than 0.8. Third case, 0.8, so between 0.8 and 2. So first case, h of Z. You simplify this further, you get 1 by 1 minus 0.8 Z inverse minus 2 by 1 minus 2 Z inverse. Here what is given? Mod Z greater than 2. So what is h of n answer? 0.8 to the power of n u of n minus 2 power n u of n. So mod Z greater than 2 means causal. By observing here also causal. It is causal. It is causal. But is it stable? Is it stable? 2 power n. Right side. These values are keep on increasing. not stable, not stable. So there is other way of telling. Unit circle not in ROC, because here ROC mod z greater than 2, so unit circle definitely not in ROC, therefore not stable. A simple thumb rule: if unit circle is present in ROC, stable; unit circle not present in ROC, not stable. And here also you are observing greater than 2, not in R1, not unit circle not in ROC, not stable. 2 power n, just to go for a summation, definitely not finite, so not stable. Similarly, second case is what? Mod z, case 2, mod z less than 0.8. So what is h of n under this case? Minus 0.8 to the power of n u of minus n minus 1 plus 2 power n u of minus n minus 1. So here mod z less than 8 na, less than 0.8. So both are left side. Both are left side means anti-causal and less than 0.8. So this is unit circle. What is ROC? Less than 0.8. So this unit circle not in ROC, again unstable, not stable, not stable. So left side 0.8 to the power of negative values keep on increasing, again not stable. The third case, greater than 0.8, less than, greater than 0.8 to less than 2. So unit circle is in ROC, that is going to be stable. So third case answer I am giving. Third case answer directly h of n 0.8 to the power of n u of n plus 2 to the power of n u of minus n minus 1. So this is non-causal and stable. Try to understand the concept. Your left side, right side both are there, non-causal. And if you go for summation is finite, therefore stable. Stability thumb rule is unit circle must be in ROC. Causality thumb rule is right side sequence causal, left side anti-causal, both the sides non-causal. So like that, causality and stability you can determine easily. So with this, causality is studied, stability is studied, LTI system analyzed. These are the topics over. We will continue next class, one-sided unilateral Z transform.